Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video on Kompany and on fake fans and the Manchester City fan base. Now, I'm not saying that you aren't a real Manchester City fan if you are supporting Vincent Kompany at Bayern, but this is something that I've seen a lot on Twitter recently, and this is why I would call you a plastic over it. And these are mostly young fans who do not understand what it is to be a club. They have seen Vincent Kompany leave, and Vincent Kompany was maybe the first really big legendary figure at this club that they saw leave. Because why would you root for Bayern München? Let me explain this to you. Bayern München is potentially a European rival of the future for Manchester City if we continue to be good, which we should be if we beat the 115 charges, which the club is confident that we will. So in other words, Bayern München could be our European rival in 5 years from now. And you want them to do well, because your ex-employee is there. So if Vincent Kompany went to Manchester United as coach, would you want Manchester United to win the fucking Premier League? Give me a fucking break. Why are all these fans gassing up Bayern München suddenly? It's fucking Bayern. You're a City fan, not a Bayern fan. I can't stand this. Maybe it's a petty thing, I know. But why are you rooting for the different clubs? Are you a Manchester City fan or are you a Vincent Kompany fan? If you're a Vincent Kompany fan, fair enough. But if you're a Manchester City fan, be loyal to the club, not to an ex-employee. He's not even at City anymore. He's an ex-employee. He was a paid employee. You can't be loyal to players. They aren't loyal to you. If Vincent Kompany was loyal to Manchester City, he would have gone from Anderlecht after he got fired to get a lower job at Manchester City to World Cup. Oh, but that's not good for his career. I know. That's why he didn't do it. That's called being smart. That's called valuing your career over a stupid sense of loyalty that quite frankly does not work in the business world. Because at the end of the day, what people want to forget, sports is a business. These are paid employees. These are ex-employees who might have a statue outside of the Etihad. That does not mean we should root for them at Bayern München. If Kevin De Bruyne, when he leaves, becomes Real Madrid's manager, and we play against them in the Champions League final, are you gonna say, oh, I hope De Bruyne wins because he was important in our travel season? What is this? This is like Arsenal fans sucking off Spurs. It might make some sense logically, but it's just not right. Like, yeah, logically, if Spurs win that game, Arsenal could win the league. Logically, that makes sense. But you just don't do that. In the same manner, logically, if Vincent Kompany does well at Bayern München, it might mean that he could be a good option to replace Pep Guardiola once he leaves City. Because Guardiola, he's getting old. He's 53 now, but in another 10 years, he'll be gone, let's be honest, if he doesn't leave this season already. So yes, logically, you want him to do well because that means he could be another option. But if you look at it from a football perspective, you are rooting for Bayern München, a club that has beaten us to Champions League titles before, a club that has beaten us on the pitch before, knocked us out of Champions League before. You are rooting for that team. Really? You are rooting for that team that we pammed 4-1 on aggregate 2 years ago now to win a treble. Why? Because an ex-employee works there? So if you are an employee at say Starbucks, yeah, and Your friend quits the job and he goes to work for McDonald's. Are you a McDonald's fan now? Like, what is this? Can people stop rooting for players over clubs? Please. Your club is what you are loyal to. Players leave. Managers leave. I don't give a fuck about Pep Guardiola. I like De Bruyne. If he leaves and becomes Real Madrid manager, I hope he gets fucking relegated. In the same vein, if he gets relegated to Real Madrid and then comes to Manchester City to take over the job, I hope he wins a fucking quadruple. It's that simple. If they're at Manchester City, I hope they win. If they're not at Manchester City, I hope they get fucking relegated. I hope Bayern München gets relegated. I hope Real Madrid gets relegated. I hope all these fucking clubs that are at Manchester City get fucking relegated. It's that simple. Why? Why? Just because he's ex Manchester City? No. I've been a City fan since before the Kompany was even here. I know just how much Kompany meant to Manchester City. I understand. Yeah? I've seen him lift that Premier League trophy. I understand. He is important to us. I understand. I know how I felt when he left. I thought we'll never replace his leadership quality. His defensive quality, that wasn't a problem. But I thought his leadership cannot be replaced. And then we got Fernandinho. And when he left, we got Rodri and Gundogan. Well, we already had Gundogan, but you know what I mean. These are ex-employees. Stop. Just stop. He was a Burnley manager not too long ago. He was a Burnley manager. That's another Premier League club. He could have won the Premier League. He could have done a Leicester. Would you have rooted for him then? Oh, you won the Prem. You stopped us from doing 4 in a row. What is this? Stop it. Just stop it. And I know that this is a petty thing for me to rant about. But can these fans please put the club over employees and players and staff? It just is so dumb. Did you become a Manchester City fan because of Vincent Kompany? If yes, is your loyalty with Manchester City or is it to Vincent Kompany? If it's with Vincent Kompany, do your City shirts away and go to fucking Bayern. Yeah? This is a city. This club is Manchester City. It's not Vincent Kompany FC. We aren't Liverpool. We ain't here for John Smith. We are here for the club. We are here for Manchester City. We ain't doing it for the club. We ain't doing it for the Pep. We ain't doing it for De Bruyne. We are doing it for the club. So when our next big player leaves, when Kevin De Bruyne retires and he becomes a coach, if he even becomes one at all, don't root for him. Unless he is a Manchester City coach. Because this is quite frankly plastic. You can root for teams that have nothing to do with Manchester City, yeah? If you want to pick a team in the Belgian League or in Eredivisie or in a lower league that realistically has no chances of winning the Champions League, be my guest. I myself am a fan of Club Brugge and of Manchester City. Had family out of Manchester. I am from Brugge. And my favourite colour as a child was blue. That's how I chose my teams. So that's why I'm a Brugge fan and a Manchester City fan. I'm not saying you're a plastic for having 2 clubs. What I am saying is it's so plastic for Manchester City fans who did not care about Bayern München whatsoever to suddenly bend over for them and say, please win Bundesliga again because our ex-coach is there. No. Please get relegated again. Vincent Kompany. It will be so fucking funny if you got relegated to Bayern München. Because that would be the second big German club in my lifetime that I have seen relegated. Hamburg, remember that club? They were playing Champions League when Vincent Kompany was there. Then he left and the club was... And now it's playing 2nd division, I believe. Or is it 3rd division? I don't remember. Well, let me check that actually. Let me check. Are they playing 2nd or 3rd division? Hamburg FC. Oh yeah, that's in the 2nd division. They are 4th. I believe they need to be 3rd to get promoted, so yeah. They failed to get promoted again. I think I'll end the video there. I don't need to make it too long because there's quite frankly not a lot to talk talk about just a rant from me. Please, please, stop rooting for the Bayern München. You're not a Bayern fan. If you were a Bayern fan before, then do as you like, yeah? But I know you weren't. I know you weren't a Bayern fan before the company went there, and now you're sucking them off. Fuck off. Have some shame. Are you a City fan or are you a company fan? Ask me that. Thank you for watching the video to the end if you did, and tell me down below what you think. Are you gonna do it for the Bayern München just because company is there? I hope you're not. And like and subscribe, that helps the channel out a ton, and I'll see you on the next one.